All right, what is going on? We're back again for another one. I hope you're ready. This vlog is going to be super lit. And you know, I was talking to one of my business partners, Sean Terry, a couple weeks ago about this. We're talking about direct mail, right? And how it has really been a huge up and down throughout the industry in the last few years, and really blown up, become very saturated, right? But also that leads to an opportunity. I know us personally, we have sent millions of pieces of direct mail throughout me doing this business, and I've been doing it about 10 years now. And last year alone, I believe we sent 1.5 million pieces of direct mail in 2018. And you know, direct mail is a great source of deals, guys. So I'm gonna talk about the top 5 biggest mistakes I see people in this business making when it comes to sending direct mail and direct response marketing in general, really. All right, so number one. All right, number one is you're probably, if you're not, and especially if you're part-time or you still have a full-time job and you're working around, you know, something else going on in your life, then are you answering the phone live? This is a big deal, guys. And I see a lot of people say, hey, you know, let it go to voicemail, and then, you know, just kind of comb through the voicemails and then call back the ones that seem interested. And you can do that when you're starting out, but I don't suggest it. I think that you need to be touching everybody, talking to everybody you possibly can, no matter what, even if they're telling you they hate you, whatever it is. That's just naturally part of marketing, right? So don't stress out too much on that. And that'll lead me into actually number 2, all right? And that is, you are not targeting the right prospect with the right message, okay? So think about this, right? So whatever your list is that you're hitting, if you're hitting, you know, whatever distress list, right? Let's just say it's a probate list or whatever. If you're hitting that list, right, what is your messaging? What is that direct mail? So you need to be putting yourself in your actual prospects position, right, and what you think they would actually respond to. So like when you want to start doing this at a very high level, guys, and you know, with all the people out there, all the competition, right, which in my opinion, again, there's no real competition. There's only people that you can actually work with. But at the same time, like, you got to stand out, right? If you don't stand out, you're just going to be just like everyone else in the stack. They're going to sit there over the trash can. They're just going to throw them away, right? That's just what's going to happen. So we have done, actually, I would say the majority of our deals over the entire time I've been in business off of direct mail. Obviously still a lot of online, a lot of like cold calling, but direct mail is always proven for us to yield just huge results. But you got to do it the right way, and you got to be a lot better than those old ways, those old methods that everyone was talking about before, right? So you got to be better than that. So let's get into number 3. Okay, so Trace, number 3 is going to be, are you following up effectively? Okay, if you are not following up, I don't care what type of marketing you're doing, you are leaving so much money on the table, and you're actually just burning money, right? I gave some interesting stats. So I just spoke at Extreme Freedom in Phoenix for Sean Terry a few weeks ago, and you know, I gave some very crazy stats on follow-up. I think I actually talked about it in one of the older vlogs too. So it is crazy the amount of people that are out there spending so much money in marketing and not actually following up, right? So there's a huge opportunity there, and the majority of your deals are going to come from the people that you've actually spoken to or touched in some way, email, texted multiple times, not just that first initial contact. That will be actually the lowest majority of your deals overall, right? So your deals are going to come from following up with people. Number 4. All right, number 4 is going to be, you are not consistent. All right, so what I mean by being consistent, and I talk about this, guys, so much all the time. If you're, especially with direct mail, guys, if you are going to get great results, you need to be consistent. You cannot get in that pattern of, hey, I'm going to send out 1,000 postcards, 1,000 letters, whatever, and then just kind of see what happens, right? You need to commit to hitting that list at least 3 to 5 times, okay, at a minimum, if you really want to see real results from doing direct mail. So you got to be consistent. You should be marketing every single week. All right, like don't just market 1 week and then go a few weeks and stop marketing. You'll never build momentum, and then you'll never be able to scale. So it's a vicious cycle. You got to be consistent. Okay, you got to be consistent. Then let's get into number 5. All right, number 5. So Number 5 is going to be you're not responsive enough, okay? So that means that you are not getting back to people fast enough. You're not on top of them. You're not just, you know, very, very customer service oriented, right? So there to serve, they're on top of it. And one of the stats was, you know, 90% of sales calls right now go to voicemail. And, you know, like, I think it was like some crazy number that never get called back. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but it was a crazy number. So again, like, if you are not staying on top of these leads, right, it costs a lot of money. On average across the country, it's about, let's just say $150, right, to generate one lead in this business, all right, across the country. So if it costs you that much money to generate one lead, guess what? Like, you need to be on top of that. Just because it might not seem like it's a lead right away on the surface, it can be a lead later if you're following up, you're staying on top of it, you were there trying to solve the problem. So keep that in mind, guys, and this will help you greatly. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, make sure you drop me a like, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. RI Automators down below, 30% off, link, promo code. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.